2026 has arrived with the news many have been longing for. BTS is back, and with them comes the promise of seeing Taehyung and Jungkook share the stage once again as the exceptional artists they are. The group's fifth album, composed of 14 songs that promise to be a treasure for fans, will be officially released on March 20th. But the excitement begins even earlier. Pre-sales will start on Friday, January 16th, and just 2 days prior, on January 14th, the full tour schedule that will bring the band back to stages around the world will be revealed. Seeing Taehyung and Jungkook together on stage is one of those experiences that transcends music. Their connection is so natural and profound that every glance, every shared gesture, feels like a hug to those watching. During their last live streams before the end of the year, those small but significant displays of affection were clear. They hugged without hesitation, sought closeness as if the air between them were insufficient, and maintained that physical contact that speaks louder than 1,000 words. And now, with this new album and the upcoming tour, there's a growing hope that among those 14 songs there will finally be one dedicated exclusively to the subunit Taekook, a gift that would make history in the community. The desire to attend one of those concerts is universal among those who have closely followed this duo. Imagining the energy of the venue, feeling the vibration of the music as they sing what they love most, is almost like a daydream. It's a longing that many share, a dream that is repeated in every corner where their music has reached. And it's not just for the show itself, but for what it represents, seeing them together, doing what they do best, reminding us why we love them so much. The phrase, "we love you more than yesterday and less than tomorrow," resonates powerfully, because with each passing day, their legacy grows, their impact expands, and our affection for them is renewed with even greater strength. 2026 promises to be a pivotal year for Taekook. The signs are there, in their recent interactions, in the way they seek each other out regardless of whether cameras are present, in the bond they have built over the years. There is a certainty that they will surprise us with projects together, with moments that will be etched in our collective memory. Because Taehyung and Jungkook are not just two members of BTS, they are a symbol of what genuine connection, mutual support, and love in its purest form truly mean. And while we patiently await that album and that tour, our hearts fill with hope, knowing that their love will blossom once again, stronger and more visible than ever. It's interesting to see how some people constantly look for ways to link Jimin and Jungkook, even focusing on details like the color of a phone. They say a white iPhone that was seen belongs to Jungkook, but they don't consider that it could very well be Jimin's. It's normal for them to each have two phones. In fact, Taehyung has been seen using an iPhone 16 and an iPhone 17 Pro Max at the same time, especially at an event like Turdir. This shows that having more than one device is common for them, and using that as supposed proof of a romance between Jimin and Jungkook is missing the simplest explanations. There's also a circulating idea that Jungkook has two phones, a black one for everyday use and a white one just for taking pictures of Jimin. This is completely false, as Jungkook has never said anything like that. Obviously, someone made up that phrase to lend credence to a baseless story. Even Namjoon has an iPhone 17 Pro Max now, which proves that these devices are popular among everyone. It's not just a case exclusive to Taehyung and Jungkook. Jimin, for his part, still uses his Samsung, as we saw at his last New Year's concert, so there's no real evidence that he changed phones for any romantic reason. Another story circulating is about a cell phone, supposedly Jimin's, that fell out of Jungkook's pocket when Jin pushed him onto a sofa. The reality is that the phone could very well have already been on the sofa, because everyone had been there at Namjoon's house before that happened. Furthermore, Jungkook always uses his phone with a black case, making it more likely that it's his only device. The people who invent and spread these stories do so to deceive their own fanbase, creating versions that don't make sense and only serve to confuse. Also, the commentary about the scene where Jimin and Jungkook slept in the same bed on a TV show continues. Some people still believe that meant they had sex, forgetting that they were being filmed 24/7 and that it was a family show, a Disney program. These ideas only exist in the minds of those who create them, not in what actually happened. In contrast, Jungkook's actions with Taehyung have been very clear. His Instagram and Weverse posts for Taehyung's birthday demonstrate this, especially since Jungkook has said that he doesn't celebrate his own birthday, as for him it's just the day he was born, but Taehyung's is different and special to him. What truly stands out is how Jungkook gives Taehyung a special place in his heart naturally and without forcing anything. He doesn't celebrate his own birthday, but he does make an effort to ensure Taehyung's is a good day. That difference is much more important and revealing than any speculation about cell phones or shared beds. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook is based on real and meaningful moments, not on stories invented by other people. While some get lost in searching for false evidence, these two demonstrate with their actions what is truly valuable, and that is what ultimately matters. The dynamic between Taehyung and Jungkook reveals a profound level of connection that transcends conventional interactions within their professional environment. For years, people have observed a particular form of nonverbal communication between them, manifested through lingering gazes, instinctive searches, and subtle yet meaningful physical touches. This interaction remains constant regardless of the presence of cameras or other people in their immediate surroundings, suggesting an authenticity in their bond. Jungkook's behavior toward Taehyung exhibits distinctive patterns that are not replicated in his relationships with other group members or collaborators, creating a unique dynamic that warrants close examination. The naturalness with which these gestures occur demonstrates a familiarity and comfort that can only be built through time and meaningful shared experiences. The most compelling evidence of this special connection is manifested in the everyday details that reveal clear priorities in Jungkook's relationship with Taehyung. A striking example is how Jungkook, who generally shows little enthusiasm for celebrating his own birthday, genuinely goes out of his way to make Taehyung's day memorable and special. This difference in behavior is not accidental but rather a clear indicator of the privileged place Taehyung holds in Jungkook's life. These gestures, though they may seem small at first glance, build a consistent pattern of consideration and affection that transcends mere professional camaraderie. The way Jungkook anticipates Taehyung's needs and responds to his moods demonstrates a deep emotional attunement that develops only in intimate and meaningful relationships. The interaction between Taehyung and Jungkook is characterized by a quality of mutual attention that creates an almost sacred space around them, even when they are in crowds or at public events. Their gazes meet with a frequency and duration that surpasses the norm, and their conversations, even when brief, are imbued with an understanding that seems to exclude the rest of the world. This phenomenon of creating their own emotional microcosm is particularly evident in stressful or high-pressure situations, where they naturally seek support from one another. The way their bodies unconsciously turn toward each other, even when speaking with others, reveals a magnetic attraction that transcends mere friendship. This level of spontaneous and constant connection is what distinguishes their relationship from other friendships within their social and professional circles. What truly sets Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship apart is the consistency of their behavior over time and across diverse circumstances. Unlike interactions that can be influenced by external factors such as peer pressure or public expectations, their connection remains stable and predictable in its authenticity. Taehyung, for his part, displays an equally distinctive receptiveness and reciprocity to Jungkook's gestures, creating a perfect balance in their relational dynamic. This reciprocity is evident in how Taehyung seeks eye contact with Jungkook before anyone else, how his facial expressions soften when Jungkook approaches, and how he intuitively knows when Jungkook needs support even without verbalizing it. This mutual attunement is the foundation upon which a relationship is built that clearly transcends the conventional. The evidence of their special connection lies not in speculation about superficial details like phone usage or bedroom arrangements, but in the consistency of their daily actions and the quality of their emotional interaction. While some may waste time searching for material proof or trying to decipher every minute gesture, the truth of their relationship is revealed in the natural way they care for one another and the evident comfort they feel in each other's presence. The way Jungkook visibly protects Taehyung in awkward situations, or how Taehyung genuinely celebrates Jungkook's achievements with a joy that feels personal, are far more reliable indicators of the depth of their bond than any superficial analysis of their public behavior.